I just love that all these black people and all these women are winning. Like 27 of the, I think 30 something medals have all been by like women. And I'm just like,
Wasn't a black woman who made St. Lucian get their first Olympic gold medal?
yes. And there was another country as well that just got their first medal. And it was also by a woman as well. My pronouns are USA. Welcome,
American.
welcome.
Okay, we don't need Beyonce's people striking down our video.
Bro, you saw how quick she pulled Miss Tina's video of them watching Simone at the Olympics? She copyrighted her fast.
But it was like super zoomed in and stuff.
Beyonce still copyrighted that shit. I went back to go retweet it. That video said, "Sorry, this video's been copyrighted." I said, "Oh, well, she did that to her own voice."
She
copyrighted her own mother. Imagine.
I'm so anyway. Like literally, it's the video. For those of you who haven't seen it, is literally a super zoom of a TV of who's Simone Biles and somebody else. Simone Biles just like winning. Yeah.
When they won, I think it was like the all around or the vault, one of the two. And you just hear Beyonce, "Come on, Simone, come on, Simone." Beyonce said, "Copyright strike.
Take it down before they start using it for a mix."
Okay.
Honey.
And on that note, y'all, welcome back to a very patriotic episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. I'm your host,
patriotic.
Mr. Black, because I look dark as fuck, aka MC Batty B.
You're in your emo era. Your
with
goth
the lovely
era.
And the beautiful
Wangeshi with the green I don't know. I couldn't make it rhyme. I was actually what is Stacey Dash's name on Clueless? The character.
Oh my god. You know. Dion.
Dang, why doesn't it rhyme? So many names rhyme with Wangeshi. Why doesn't Dion? I'm channeling my inner Dion today.
It's giving very Hillary Banks.
Yeah, oh my god, I was thinking about her earlier. Did you see the video with Coco Jones and the guy who plays Will Smith? And they like recreated the picture from the 90s from the original Fresh Prince. Yeah. That was so cute.
I'm so excited for that. For the series to come back. That's like one of the shows I was like actually really good. I was genuinely surprised because rarely like what are they called, remakes or
spin-offs, reboots.
Reboots rarely work that well.
Yeah, but that one eats. I want to see because somebody just posted a clip of Aunt Viv going off on that woman who like got with Uncle Phil during college. During their break, and they were together for 2 years.
Oh yeah, and then she tried to hire him to her law firm and buy out his law firm.
Yeah, something like that, and didn't tell Aunt Viv. Just was like, that was like 20 years ago. Like, why are you so worried about it, sweetheart? And she's like, don't make another move without me knowing, or else you will regret it. I was like, oh, that's right. Clock her. Because you took my man 20 years ago when we were best friends. What's stopping you from trying to do it now when we barely talk?
Okay. Shit. Anyway, girl, how you been? How's your week been? We ain't even done this check-in yet. We just been yappa yappa.
My week has been hectic, tiring.
I was going to say,
I'm tired.
You had a crazy weekend so far.
I had a crazy weekend, but like even before that, like with work, it was just extra long. Like the show that like we're working on right now shoots mad quick, and like they're like, oh, actually, since we can get this many episodes done that quick, let's add another episode and another episode. Let's just add an episode to the day. So instead of leaving at like 4 or something, now you're leaving at 6.
Damn.
Yeah, so I've just been like tired.
Oh, friend.
But hopefully it's the only week of it.
I could understand why like you had to let off a little steam this weekend.
Yeah, but also I'm never drinking with coworkers again.
You learned your lesson, huh?
I learned my lesson because your girl, she hasn't been drinking. She forgot her tolerance is not what it once was. Okay.
No.
And
Okay.
so I think I need to, like, for the first half of 2024, I wasn't really drinking. I think the second half, I'm just going to learn moderation. Unless I'm with my coworkers, I'm just not drinking at all. That's the case.
That. I love that.
Yeah. How about you, friend? How's your week been?
I will say my week has been a little less stressful.
Good.
I've definitely found some like time to like decompress and like center myself. But end of the week though, girl, that Friday had me wiped. Let me tell you. I ain't never worked so hard in my life for something. I was like, damn, these hoes really got
like
me.
Like for work or for something personal?
Yes, no, for work. Like I was like, damn, these hoes really got me out here working for my paycheck, and I was like, it's never supposed to be like this. Like what?
This is very ghetto.
But my high for the week is that I'm officially down to 250.
Hey, that was one of your goals, right?
It was my goal. It was like, all right, 250 is like the starter, and then but the ultimate, I'm not gonna let y'all know that, but once I get there, y'all will know. But yeah, I'm down to 250 now, and it's like so good. And when I went into the clinic to do my shots and stuff, they're like, we always, and every like morning meetings, like before the appointments come in, we are gather as a team and we talk about like which client, how our clients are doing. And you're always brought up as somebody who's like really doing great on the program. And I said,
period.
Now me getting my kudos from my medical weight loss team. I'm like, y'all, I love y'all. Mwah. Love y'all down.
Aren't you the example student, honey? Everybody.
They were like, everybody should aspire. Yeah.
They have all five. They haven't pulled a pin at all. All 5 stars.
All 3 sticks, red, yellow, and green, are still in there.
Still there.
I had to write a note home or nothing.
Honey, S's across the board. Satisfactory work.
Actually, E's all across the board for exemplary, excellence.
Ooh. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why, but like every time I go in and I'm like, I see like a pound, even if it's just like a pound down after the week, I'm just like, yes. It exhilarates me. So,
and that's like steady progress, because I think it's supposed to be like a pound a week or something close to that. Is like the healthy amount to lose.
Yeah. So I'm glad I'm just sticking to a good routine. I'm not, because like my biggest fear though is like once I come off the semaglutide, is like they say it's like you like a lot of people have a lot of trouble like keeping the weight off and like continuing just eating the smaller portions and stuff, because you're no longer like at a like you no longer have like the appetite suppressant anymore. You're not getting those like weekly shots, so you're not like caring a little bit, I guess.
Can you like taper off? Like, okay, I know I want to get off of this now, but instead of getting off, like I'm just gonna take 2 weeks off. Okay, now let me do 3 weeks by myself, and then get back on, and then get off.
Well, essentially, with my program is like you pay for a month's worth of shots, so it's like 4 shots for the week. So I don't know if they would let you taper like that, like 2 weeks, then 3, then 1.
Like if you don't take all of them.
I don't know. Well, I'll ask. I'll ask before we leave for our cruise, because baby, I'm trying to get lit.
Honey, yeah, like we gonna be up in the Caribbean. You cannot be out here like
sober Sally.
Drink right now.
I can't be sober Sally on a cruise.
Yeah, like that's really not the time. I mean, you can be, but like it'd be more fun if you weren't.
It's no fun if you're not. But yeah, but we shall see. But girl, let's get into my favorite segment. What's on the timeline?
Okay, come on with the little button at the end. That was cute.
I'm saying we need to record this as an actual. If you are a sound engineer and you could put a little something together for this segment, please let us know. Hit us up in the DMs,
because we drum, a bass, guitar.
Little. Something a little jazzy like that. Yeah. But what's on the timeline, girl? I hate this comedian. I'm so sorry. I think she's so annoying. And this is clearly one of the reasons why. So Tiffany Haddish went to Africa. I'm not sure which country. I just know she was in Africa. And oh girl is at a supermarket and she's like, guys, I am at a supermarket in this African country. Oh my God, look at all this fresh produce. Look at the aisles. I said, why is she acting like a white girl on mission with the Christian
Said, oh, this
church?
is nice.
This your space to your area. This is nice.
Y'all got aisles and everything.
Y'all don't got
y'all
roaches or nothing.
Honey, you have stands just like the US. Wow.
So then the internet was like, okay, I know this bitch ain't stupid, but what did she think? Where did she think we get food from? So somebody commented on the video.
She didn't know that like we run every morning to like catch our meal for the day, and it'll last us the whole day, and we just pick whatever produce we can find off of whatever random trees are around.
You know, she didn't know that every day we have to go down to the farm and set up Miss Betsy the cow so we can get our fresh milk.
Yeah, walk 3 miles to the river to try to see if you can catch a pail of water.
Like, duh. So anyway, people were like commenting on the video. They were like, girl, you sound so ignorant right now.
Where you been, sister? Open
like,
up TikTok. Open up the app you're on right now.
So somebody commented on like, and she responded to one of those comments, and she said, well, you know, for the most part, I've always thought that like you guys like shop in like open air markets with like livestock running around and like people with like kiosks like selling like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And I said, maybe out in the village, but even then they still have grocery stores out there. Yeah, I said, Tiffany, come on now.
I just don't know why she would go to the internet for this. Like, girl, if you literally like search up grocery store and name any African country, you'll probably find a video showing somebody there, like doing a day in my life, what I eat in a day, because you know they do those too.
Yeah,
in Africa, believe it or not.
You know what's gonna even shock her more?
What?
The fact that we have malls.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody First please take Tiffany
Kenya
Haddish
has
to a
mall every 2 blocks.
Girl, Kenya please.
67 malls like per square like mile. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh my God. No, when I tell you that like it's insane how many stores there actually are like that and how many people actually like those things be packed. You be there like on a random Wednesday, like in the middle of the day, be like, what the hell y'all niggas doing in here?
Y'all ain't got work or something? Like, why are there so many people here?
It's like when you have a day off like of work and you just decide to be out in the public, you're like, it's hella motherfuckers out today. Like, why y'all here?
Like,
no, for
what
real.
Are y'all doing? You don't have school like, or work or somewhere to be at?
Come on now, you know? But no, Miss Tiffany, you really showed your ass on the internet for that.
I mean, I just feel like I can't be surprised at this point. Like,
with her, nothing is ever surprising anymore.
I just really wanted to stop even acknowledging her once that weird video with those precious kids came out. I was like, so are we done with her? And that's why I actually like don't want to hear nothing about cancel culture because Tiffany Haddish is thriving. Has been ever since that video came out with all the pedophile jokes, like yeah, and her abusing those children, like
allegedly.
No. Yeah, allegedly. But didn't they settle in court? So
our favorite word. No, well, we don't know what the settlement was because those were closed documents, but allegedly.
They definitely settled. Okay. But yeah, I was like, why are we even still acknowledging this woman? Like her not knowing there are supermarkets in Africa is just like not something I'd be shocked by. That's the least thing. Like I wish that was the thing that shocked me most about Tiffany Haddish.
I don't know. I think for like she is somebody who's like, even in her work, I'm like, you literally play the same character. At this point, it's not even stereotyping or like typecasting. Sorry, not stereotyping. It's not even typecasting anymore. It's like, girl, they just tell you, all right, Tiffany, do you? And then
I enjoyed that from her though. Like I loved it because it was like kind of giving like Ryan Reynolds also has that. Like he mostly just plays the
he
funny
does.
guy who doesn't take things too seriously when maybe he should. So like I liked her being the like funny, like over the top type character because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yes, there's like typecast and there's also the stereotypes played into it, but that's not really like her position to like try to be like, I'm not just this, like I'm here for the black woman getting the bag, but she just opens her mouth and just makes it so hard to root for
To
her.
root for her.
Like,
No, fair enough. I feel you. Fair enough. But you know what? I feel like we've given her enough airtime already. So moving on. Girl, the white people are showing up in droves for Miss Kamala, and I am shocked.
I am
Surprised.
too. Here. They should.
Because they are having Zoom meetings. There was the white women for Kamala, white dudes for Kamala. I don't know if this was true, but I saw one that was like Karen's for Kamala. I don't know how accurate that is. Either way, if it's true, great. If it's not, let's do one. You know, let's raise a little money.
All Karens unite.
But like they are really showing up in droves, and I'm loving it because in each of these rooms, they're like raising millions towards the campaign. And I think her campaign just released that in the month of July, since the announcement that Biden is dropping out and he's putting his support towards Kamala as the DNC, girl, $310 million in the month of July alone. I'm like, oh wow, I love this. No,
she got money.
I could get used to this. Hide the money, y'all. It's poor people around. My favorite meme to use ever. With your broke ass. But like they were saying, like 2/3 of the majority of the donors are like new donors, and I think like 1/3 of them are mostly like Gen Z. She's picked up like a lot of Gen Z support from of like the base, and it's really like it's got Trump quaking in his boots a little, because I think somebody from his campaign put out like their numbers, and they say in the month of July alone they raised 139 million. I was like, only 139. Bitch, step your numbers up. Step your game up. Step your numbers up. Get your money up, not your funny up. Wow.
Smells like broke, honey. Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
Per. Like, I just want to know, like, is he gonna show up to this debate or not?
You know he's not. He said, I was gonna show up to ABC News for Joe Biden, but now that it's Kamala, I'm not showing up because I got this beef with ABC News anyways. But if you want to come to Fox on another date, then maybe we can talk. And Kamala's like, honey, what happened at any time, any place? Now it's a very specific time at a very specific place. Like, where was that energy before?
Y'all saw what she said at that rally in Atlanta. She said, if you got some shit to say it to my face. I am loving this go low like attitude that we have in this election, because fuck that they go low, we go high in 2020. No, or 2016. Baby, it's they go low, we go lower.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the Dems are really going low, but for them, for the
this
Democrats,
this is low.
This is fighting words. Before Baby, they were like, we will not stoop to Trump's,
to their level or Trump's whatever.
And
now they're out here.
Baby, I got time.
Now they're out here today, putting out ads talking about these motherfuckers are weird. Like JD Vance is over here hunching with a couch. Mm-hmm. What?
Did you see the ad that said drop the hat, and then like it also said drop the hate, like the E was kind of grayed out, like going away?
I
like, yeah, that drop that hat quickly.
I need that poster or that on a t-shirt. I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah. I really hope we're really getting these numbers up to get her in the White House come November. I don't know if this was actually like from her team or not, but there's a Twitter page called Kamala HQ, and they put out like a post of for JD Vance's birthday or something. And like the last sentence was like, let's make sure he celebrates his next birthday in his own house and not the White House. And
not
I said,
in the White House, honey.
Clock it.
He said, happy birthday to that loser who wants to
loser. Loser.
You will not be in the White House for your next birthday. Just wanted to let you know. Sorry.
Listen, okay, but no.
Because you think
Speaking
you're
of Real
about to celebrate your
Housewives,
birthday party in the White House on your birthday party on your birthday?
no,
Get the fuck out.
no. But no,
Yeah.
speaking of Real Housewives and Kamala, Sheree Whitfield was spotted at the Kamala rally in Atlanta, and I was like,
She by
Sheree,
Sheree?
yes, joggers, spring, summer, September.
Yeah, February.
Yeah, she was
April.
there. Listen, the celebs came out. Who else? Chris Tucker was there. I said, Ariana, what are you doing here?
I'm not gonna lie, get the comedian Chris is confused.
Chris Rock, Chris Tucker.
Which one got slapped and which one was in Rush Hour?
Rock, Tucker. Rock slapped. Tucker.
Rush Hour. Oh, yeah. A gem. He was out and about.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta for her rally. I was like, wow, what are you doing here? And then who else? Megan performed,
all
of course.
Know is, Hotties for Harris, baby.
Okay.
Body yaddy yaddy yaddy. Did you see the edits of Kamala's face over Meg's body saying body yaddy 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 yaddy?
And I, it's moments like that I love the internet. Y'all ate that.
Yeah. I'm like, I love that Kamala is like, yes, let's embrace all the different aspects of like what's popping right now. Like this is politics, but hello, it's also entertainment, and we need to get the young media people out. Yeah, and you know who's popping with the young people? Miss Stallion. Miss the Stallion. Yeah.
It was the suit. It was the cropped suit for me though that I thought was.
You know what she said? She hot as fuck, so all her shirts are cropped. I'm like, yeah, you're right, honey. You a star.
And then who else came out? Quavo came out of the Migos. I said, okay, Quavo, look at you doing your political thing. He definitely not getting left all bad bougie now.
Why every time I'm like talking to myself and I'm like, how are you doing? I was like, do it look like I left all bad bougie? That's literally whenever I'm having a conversation with myself, it's like, how are you feeling? Do it look like I got left all bad bougie? Like,
period. And then who else came out? Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. Now,
I heard Warnock was up there preaching.
He was doing his good sermon. He was doing his good Sunday service sermon. But I want to talk about Mr. Ossoff real quick. Where the fuck you been at?
It's like, oh, you're live.
Gucci! Get
nice
your
to
ass.
See you.
Like, we elected this man and he said, all right, I'm back. I'm out. Meanwhile, Raphael been back every Sunday preaching.
No bars. He did what he needed to do. He got an office and he dipped.
No, but I will say he's been on the committee to I believe to not allow like any public official that's been elected to like the House or the Senate to not be able to invest in like the stock market or something. He's part of the committee to push that kind of legislation. I said, okay, John. He said, we're not going to have people sitting in office making millions. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be public servants.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's working, but I'm here for them to at least ban something with that.
But I will say, I do love the app that like allows you to like copy like any senator or House member of House, like their stock histories or whatever. Like if let's say like Nancy Pelosi like buys Tesla or something, like it'll also tell you, hey, Nancy just bought Tesla, you should want to buy it. Or it'll buy it for you if you said it's like automatic. I saw it on like TikTok. I said, this is actually kind of smart, because then you could you could definitely see like what moves they're making, like if they're being like what are those people, it starts with the letter L.
Leeches?
No.
Losers?
Not losers.
I'm lying.
The ones who like campaigned for like big oil and stuff to like the
lobbied.
Yes. I was like, it's in a hotel. I know it. Yes. So
it's in a hotel.
Yes. So
you know,
it's
when
like
you enter a building and it's like the center area.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. So like, you can tell if like who's like what companies and what like different super PACs are like lobbying, for a certain legislation to pass based on how many like, because that it's not insider trading if it's public already. So, but speaking of government and stocks, you saw Marjorie Taylor apparently bought stock in this company, and then literally less than like 48 hours, that shit tanked. Like tanked. I said, girl,
we
how you
need
going?
her political career to do the same.
It still shocks me that she's literally like within a district over from us.
That's crazy. And I just changed my like voter registration to like the city I'm in now.
Yeah.
And, like as I was doing it, I only did that because I like needed a license bad. But I was like, dang, like I was thinking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I was like, and freaking Loudermilk, who we need to get out. But I was like, dang, my vote like won't count over there anymore. I was like, should I do this? I'm like, I need a license and I'm not over there anymore.
Well, she's not technically she's not like our district's representative.
Yeah,
no.
I know, but
but she's like a district over, and it's crazy to me that I'm like, I have neighbors who may have like elected Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But I just feel like if our area ever goes blue, like they do something in the office to like, what's the word? Not red line, gerrymander. Is that
gerrymandering? I think it is.
And like somehow she'd start covering a part of that area now. Like that is my worst fear.
I pray to God I've moved by then, and I've like registered somewhere else. But oh my God, and Stacey Abrams too. Let's not forget our girl Stacey.
She was the queen of Georgia. I don't care what anybody says.
She is. Like,
I'm tired of seeing Kemp's behind
fucking face. Anyway, y'all. What else is going on in the timeline? The Olympics are transphobic. There's no other way to intro that fucking top. Femophobia, all the things.
Definitely strongly transphobic.
Iman Khalif, she proceeded to like the next round of her matches for the Olympics. She's a boxer from Algeria. But before that could happen, or the reason it happened, is because the Italian athlete lasted 46 seconds in the ring with her and was like, oh my God, no, I can't take it. I'm done. And she like just fell to the ground
one time.
And she was like, the pain
to the ground. She was just literally hitting the mouth once, and she was like, and she
the
went
pain
to her
in my
team
mouth.
And was like, can't do it anymore.
She was like, the pain in my nose is too much. Oh my God,
she's
I
too
quit.
Strong.
46 seconds. Well, the reason apparently their claim, or the Italian athlete was like, well, the pain in my nose, but then it all came out that because Iman Khalif had tested really high levels of testosterone to like where, almost male levels of testosterone, she shouldn't have been qualified to compete in the women's boxing. Mind you, she's been competing for years. And it's not even that like she fights hard. It's like she's lost to other like fighters before. It's not even a question.
Like she's even unbeatable.
But this whole question of like testosterone, her levels of testosterone testing and XYZ all came out because of this. And so people started saying, oh, she's transgender. And this whole narrative and like false claims started going out literally to the point where even the Boston fucking Globe, a reputable national news source.
Reputable to who? But yeah, they're like backed. And
yes. They literally came out with a headline in their sports pages that said transgender proceeds to next like something
Italian like fighter loses to transgender, whatever.
And I said, oh my God, y'all have become so transphobic that now it's like harmful to actual women. Because her own father had to come out and say she was born a woman, or she was born a girl, she was raised a girl. There's never been any like, she's just a fighter. And guess what? This happens. Sometimes some women have higher levels of testosterone if they are athletic like that. And so for y'all to get,
where are these numbers like coming from? First of all, everybody's all of a sudden a science expert when it comes to testosterone levels to be like, yeah, Hirsch, that's still too large. But if we think about like stuff like the BMI and how people of color really cannot use that for reference to see if they're healthy or not, because that leans very much towards European like standards and body types. So why I just don't feel like I would trust also this too high testosterone. You didn't like meet the marker because who was the runner who was just taken out? She's from South Africa, and like they kicked her out last Olympics. I feel like her name was
Really?
Carter something. And
Well,
they were like, "Oh, she's too fast, and her testosterone levels are too high. Like, she's a man. Like, we're kicking her out." And it's like, it's so funny how this seems to affect the largely women of color.
let's get, because that's another thing. But before this whole main thing started back in the World Championships held by the IAB, the International Association of Boxing, whose head is this Russian man Yurov something, um, who has actually become under a lot of scrutiny because there's a lot of a lot of n- weird things going on with the IAB that a lot of people are like, wait, is this corruption? Because for one, majority of the people he hired after he became president of the IAB were all Russian. Then he moved the headquarters of the IAB to Russia. And then I believe this all started when Emaine fought one of their Russian women boxers and she lost. And then they started coming out with these saying, oh, she's actually transgender. Like this has been going on for years for her. And it's like it's all start to the point
job.
where the International Olympic Committee decided not to use IAB testing for the Olympics because they were like, we don't trust that you guys are accurate and this shit that they're saying is true.
It's unbiased,
because
yeah.
There's so much shit going on. And also adding the fact that it's fucking Russia. So, and not only have they done this to her, there's also an Asian boxer who also tested very high levels of testosterone in the past and also before the Olympics as well. And she has also faced claims of being transgender. And it's just like, these are just athletes trying to do. No person should have to come out to defend the fact that they are who they are. I think it's disrespectful and so fucking rude. And anybody who has any like large news source that has put out these claims saying that these women are transgender needs to either apologize or pay up. One of the two.
Honey.
Actually, both would be great.
Yeah, I would love for her to like actually sue for defamation. And when like I don't know what it's like because I think she's from Algeria, right? So like especially
where
for like
LGBTQ
Boston,
rights
like
are very dangerous. There are none.
Exactly.
And, like
there are not like really I can't not very many, I doubt, openly trans people in Algeria, let alone them putting one on a stage to represent their
the entire country.
Like, do you guys understand like the oxymoron that's happening in your head? Your transphobia that is literally international. You think that another transphobic country would allow a trans person to represent them? Like, what's not clicking, Steven? But also, what's also not clicking is that to you, because you see her and you feel like you've seen a man and somebody who identifies as masculine, now they're a man, but you also don't give that grace to other people who actually say, hey, I actually identify as a man or a woman, even though I may have been born this way. So it's like the math is not mathing, babes. Like, do you believe that people should identify how they look? Or do you not? Because it's really like not making sense.
Pick a fucking side. I think
is gender a spectrum or isn't it?
This whole debacle gave a lot of people like the gumption and the fucking audacity to let their transphobia come out. And I'm glad it did because I did a lot of unfollowing because of it. And I'm so glad. Y'all are nasty. This shit pissed me the fuck off. I usually don't get as bad, but like this really like hit a nerve in me, and I was just like, y'all motherfuckers are but anyway, moving on, let's get into what we're watching on TV. What we're watching on TV. What we're watching on TV with Brian and Wangeshi.
Is that not like a sound from something else? Okay, yeah.
Don't come.
What are we watching?
What are we watching? The Olympics, babe. Clearly, because that's all I've been tuned into. We have new U.S. mascots for the Olympics. I don't know if not mascots, but I guess representatives. Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav. I ain't never been happy to see two motherfuckers just having a ball at the most random thing ever. Snoop Dogg really be doing these side ass missions.
First of all, Snoop Dogg is dressed down, okay? For these viewings.
You saw him at the equestrian what is it called? Not trotting. What are they called?
Something to
There's
do
a
with the
word.
horses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know this word.
I
Oh,
saw him with that
I can't.
hard hat, and he was sitting next to Martha
His
Stewart, right?
helmet with the glasses and the
Mm-hmm.
boots. I was like, "Oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
giving generational wealth, Snoop." Yes,
Yeah, it's giving.
I
Yeah.
love. I love
I
that.
just need the little binoculars from him to be like, can I see what's happening? Yeah.
Did you see the pins that he gave out to the gymnastics girls, or he gave to Simone? I think it's like him like blowing smoke, and it's like the Olympic rings, and it's like a
Oh,
pin.
that's fire!
I was like,
I love
okay, come on, Uncle
that.
Snoop. I think it's just like I don't know. It just gives me it gave American pride, you know. And now I understand Cowboy Carter a lot better because guess what?
Oh my gosh.
Beyonce also came out in full fledged support of the American team, and I'm here for it. I said,
Honey.
Yaya is the official anthem for the team.
Yes. And just for fun, has its own version specifically for Simone Biles.
Yes.
The
oh
queen.
My God. When she was narrating her whole life, I said, "Oh, imagine Beyonce saying your name." But nobody knows your husband still.
Beyonce inspires you. Like Simone, you don't even ever have to speak again. Just be like, I inspire Beyonce. Yes, thank you.
Period.
Right, thank you, Queen.
Yeah,
thank you,
that's
Queen
who
Biles.
I am. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about who is inspiring as fuck? And I never thought I'd say this. Flava Flav is the official sponsor for the U.S. women's water polo team.
I saw him doing his little swim stuff, and I didn't realize it was like in preparation for the Olympics or something.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know how he found out about this, but he found out that like a lot of like the women's polo team are unable to like afford like living as athletes and for the Olympics. And so he was like, I don't know if it was like a documentary or like he just went to like go visit, like to learn. And I was like, oh shit. And so he decided to take it upon himself to be like the financial sponsor for the team. And I was like, 8 down, Flava Flav.
Yeah. And I think he's like partnered with Alexis Ohanian too. What did he call him? He called him like his partner in
dime or something. Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that eats. You know, Flavor Nasty with the pen, honey. He said, yeah, we out here funding these people. Cause like Alexis Ohanian had like some girl tweeted like, yeah, I just like won the Olympics, but like I can't afford rent and everything right now.
I saw that
and
story
Alexis
too. And
was like, oh, we got you, babes. Don't even worry about that. Send me your cash
Flavor
app.
was like, let me know what I gotta do.
Right.
How we
we supporting you.
You know, it's not giving Gina Rodriguez. I'll say that.
Right.
Let's get on the internet and look for some scholarships.
Are there any maybe grants?
Let's see how we can help you out.
We can get you. Maybe we can get you like on Peace Corps, maybe.
But on that note, though, apparently America is the lowest paying country for their Olympic winners. Did you know that?
I didn't think Olympic winners got paid at all.
They get paid by their country if you place on the podium only, I think.
Oh,
you have to win to get the money, babe. Otherwise, you're funding the whole thing yourself. But for the U.S. team, I believe they only get like $32K if you place on a podium, and I think that's only if it's like gold. And then I think as it gets lower in like the like silver, bronze, it goes down. Yeah, imagine only for the entire year.
I thought there was something about like if you're gone, like you get like $30 a day or something for representing.
I think so, maybe. But apparently
the food
really
disgustingly sad.
Yeah. But I need them to pay people better because but I can understand because the U.S. sends over, I don't know, 100 something athletes.
No, I don't understand. There's no reason.
But then
take away from the Department of Defense, babes. If you need something,
put it in the Olympic team's funds. That's what you need to.
Everything that is underfunded would be just fine if we took it away. If we took away everything from the Department of Defense, and they would still have massive amounts of money left over for it. Like everything that's underfunded, I think the Department of Defense needs to open up their pockets.
Y'all don't need about 50 goddamn planes to go nuke somebody. Y'all can use one.
They don't even do
share
that anymore. They just do the little drones.
Actually, and even those drones, they don't need to be that expensive. Get you like one of those DJI drones and do that shit.
Yeah, it's
Bye.
a whole lot of unused technology and just like selling it to other countries to fund wars, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
Listen, but I'm loving seeing the niggas in Paris winning because it is blackety black 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 across the U.S. podium winners, and
Shout
I'm
out to
loving it
Sha'Carri, please, because I do
for
not need y'all
overcoming that racist
hating.
bullshit in Paris. For one, actually,
Already, she could not warm up for this. What is it? The semis. They were like,
the
"Oh, I know
yeah
you
the
were at
semi
this gate
100 meter.
yesterday, but you and Sherry are gonna need to go to another gate. You can't be over
Yeah, the
here. Sorry,
Jamaican
figure it out."
Sherry as well was like, if I'm not warming up, I'm not running, and so she, I guess, removed her
She
or
missed the
dropped out of the
semis.
100 meter
Yeah,
semifinals, and I was like, damn. But that's
that's
fucked up.
a
It's like,
lot.
how are you literally like an Olympian and you can't get in because you got to go to the other gate? What? Because y'all changed the rules last minute?
That's crazy and failed to like properly notify the people there. That sounds
Come
like
on
a Paris
now.
problem, honey, not a them problem.
But it seems very accurate as far as, white Europeans wanting to block any black Americans or any person of color from defeating them. Um, but that's fine. Sha'Carri still went on to win silver, but we're gonna pretend like it's platinum, and that's our girl with the nails and
I
everything.
mean, silver is really good considering what she's
It's still
gone through.
up
This is
there.
her first Olympics and
It is her
everything.
first.
Miss Ma'am placed, and I feel like everybody has been like undermining it. And it's like the main ones who are talking about that's why she ain't get go, that's why she ain't get go, blah 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 blah. It's like, babes,
I'm like,
let me tell
can
you to
you
go
even
run up the stairs
place?
right now.
Right. Can you
Let's
even
see
place?
your heart rate once you run up the stairs real
Not
quick.
only that, can we see you race without warming up?
Right.
Can we see you race without warming up?
Right. Like imagine her if she had gotten there and everything went smoothly. If she's already getting
She's in
silver,
the
which is
zone.
amazing. And it's your first time. And she
I
just
love that for
already
her.
set the world record. So like literally like last year for being the fastest woman alive. So it's
Right.
like she really don't gotta prove nothing to y'all, but you just
Was
wanna
it?
hate.
I think her time was like point something less than Usain Bolt's or something like that for the men's, and that shit was crazy to me when I saw that.
And do you understand like how much respect they have on Usain Bolt's name? But like for Sha'Carri, they're just like, oh, she's just got a bad attitude, and that's why she don't win, and blah 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 blah. Like
do
plotting
we
on her
know?
downfall.
Do we know if Sherry's competing in any other, or is it just the 100 meter that she was in?
I don't know.
Oh, I would hate for
And
her to leave
Jamaica
Paris.
place though, right?
They did, but I would have loved to see her race in the Olympics. I think she deserves that at least. Like, I hope there's another opportunity for her. But speaking of niggas in Paris winning, our girl again, Simone Biles, bitch, 2 medals, 2 gold medals for all arounds,
Did you see
back to
their
back.
TikTok?
Which
Ask
one?
me what I'd do if
Oof,
I
I
didn't win.
didn't win.
I guess
I
we'll
guess
never
we'll never
know.
know. They ate that. They
I
ate that.
love that so much.
Did you hear what she said about when she's in the Olympic Village?
Mm-mm.
She was like, apparently she's like, I can't go out to eat like with like the other athletes where they are because she literally gets hounded for like pictures and like autographs and stuff and like video, like while in the Olympic Village. Imagine being the Beyonce of the like athletes.
It's like, girl, you
You
really
are the
that
Beyonce.
girl.
She was doing like a little get ready with me. I think it was to go to like the all arounds or something, or to do her vault event. And she was just, she was like, yeah, guys, I can't. And she's like, it's a lot. It's a lot, which is
I
fair.
bet.
But being the Beyonce of the Olympics is kind of a E
I just
down.
love her. And she like made this TikTok where she was rapping to something. It was so cute. Like she is just so cute and just like her power and her grace is just like crazy. Like I saw like a clip of her when she was like super young and like she messed up on something and how
Oh my
hard she was on
god.
herself. I'm like, oh, she's
Yes,
a
I saw that
perfectionist. What is
video.
her sign? Like
That's what I need to know.
like
Cause
she was on there like upset and I was like it's very much giving like yeah her parents definitely probably pushed her blah blah blah
but
but
it was
she
all in her no matter
herself
what. Yeah. She pushes
yeah
herself
yeah
harder than anybody else could push her. There
and
was
that's what makes her like better than the best. And then did you hear she was like yeah the Brazilian girl like she actually made me
yes.
uncomfortable
Like
like
standing
she was
like
really
she's on my
like
ass and I
better.
don't want to ever compete with her ever again. Cause
Yeah, she's like I
she pushes
never
me.
competed with somebody who actually like can kind of match my freak like.
And you know that that Brazilian, she suffered like 3 injuries in the span
Oh,
of
during her
like
career?
No, like before the Olympics, like during the competition season for the gym. Yeah. And she
Oh, I
still
hope she's
placed.
okay.
Was it
I heard she
silver?
was like at some point walking 2 hours like round trip to get to like her
From
gymnastics
the favela
practice.
to the gymnastics gym. Yeah. It's so crazy because there's like no funding um on the thing. Oh girl, your mic is on mute.
I
There you go.
know. I did it on purpose.
Oh. But yeah, she like walks she's she's had to endure a lot, you know, and to make it on the Olympic stage, I just feel so happy for her. I just love that all these black people and all these women are winning. Like 27 of the I think 30 something medals have all been by like women. And I'm just like,
Wasn't a black woman who made St. Lucian get their first Olympic gold medal?
yes. Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
there was another country as well that just got their first medal. And it was also by a woman as well.
I love that.
But also more niggas in Paris. Is it South Sudan, the men's basketball team, first African country to ever win a tournament in the Olympics. I mean, unfortunately,
Oh, that doesn't sound like that should be accurate at all, but
it's
shout
not.
out.
It shouldn't, and it's like it's crazy because they don't have like basketball courts. They literally have to like travel to like another country. I think it's Tanzania or Uganda. They have to go to like actual play on basketball courts.
Yeah, but I also meant just like
mind-blowing.
Africans in general. I just low key, you know, I'm biased, but I do feel like a lot of Africans are more athletically inclined than the typical
Girl,
person. If you want to talk about like athletic power and grace and endurance, like I think Africa.
listen, they were saying that the Nigerian women's team, they made a TikTok where it's like the attitude. Now walk off. They were like, girl, y'all got one stud on y'all team. Y'all ain't making it. I said, damn. Y'all mean as hell. They're like, y'all got one stud. I don't see y'all placing.
Goodbye. But yeah, I'm like, that's how I know the Olympics. They a little side eye when they talk about the world's best. If you this is the first time an African country is placing.
You know, I don't know about
Like
that.
in the basketball thing, like it can't just be the running that we dominating. It cannot just be that.
Cause if you know, like Sudanese people, them motherfuckers get like 7, almost 8 feet tall. What you mean they not on the
7, 8 feet
court?
tall is crazy.
It's true.
But it
Like,
probably definitely has something to do with like accessibility too, like you
yeah,
were saying earlier
that's
about
true.
costs and all of that.
I just wish our African governments would stop being so damn corrupt and invest in their people more. But let's get into our topic for this episode. It's been a lot of Olympic talk, so I just want to let's lighten the mood a little
Yes,
bit.
please.
Let me ask you, Sid, what's your favorite like Kenyan dish? What is like if you taste this, you're like, oh, this is home to me.
Anything with carbs and it's made with flour. Chapati, mandazi, samosa.
Really?
Oh, Kenyan sausages up there. Actually,
Yeah.
maybe top 3. Top 5 if not top 3 of like the best things to eat. Best
Do you
Kenyan
know
dish of all time.
can you make chapati or mandazis or
I mean,
anything?
technically.
Well, yes.
Yes. Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Do I? Not
No.
if I want to care about myself for the day. If I'm like, you know what? I have
Really?
4 hours of just like doing nothing and I'm not stressed at all and I just want to stress myself out for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
Let me make some chapo. That was me during COVID. I was making chapo like once a month because I was like, I will get her down. And I think that might have been the last time I made chapo.
So
I
you
was
learned.
like, nope, I'm purchasing. Yeah, I learned. Unfortunately. I mean,
Was it your
and then, you know, I don't even know if it was bad, but it wasn't my aunt's type. Like it didn't give me like what my mom made. So I was
it didn't give the hard work of a woman who's had to sell everything she's ever owned, move to a country she knows
make
no
this
one.
For a family of 6, just for them to finish it in 30 minutes after you've been slaving over the stove for 6 hours. Like,
and not even dare to offer to do a single dish.
The only chapo you getting is the one that you pull out from the middle to get a piece of, honey.
They love themselves so much more than you. They just greedy ass motherfuckers. You know what mine is? Stew with chapo. That's how I know. But it's got to be the right kind of stew. It's got to have peas, potatoes, carrots,
Mm-hmm.
And it has to like slow, and the potatoes have to like almost like be like one touch of the fork and they'll just mash, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, you know, that like that to me
No,
screams
I'm tasting it
home.
right now. Thank you.
And then you
Yeah.
just you sop it up with the chapo. Oh, let me tell you something.
Honey.
If I ever learn how to make that kind of stew, it's over for you bitches. It's over
I
because
feel like
I'm selling plates.
I just feel like it doesn't hit the same when we make it. Like I don't know. Like I feel like I could literally make it, put it away, forget that I made it, think my mom made it, get it, and then I'll like it. Like I will never. I don't think I'll ever enjoy my own Kenyan food because it's not. It's. I'm used to having it made by
You can
somebody
tell.
else.
You can tell this isn't native to the land. It's very diasporian. It tastes diasporian.
Yeah, it's diasporian, and even if it's good, it's not like
this tastes very first gen.
It's very much. She moved out of the country before she learned how to cook.
Yeah. She didn't grow up.
She's using American made ingredients.
This definitely tastes as though you've never had to walk a distance because you couldn't afford the price of the matatu.
Right. You're using Creole seasoning when you need to be using
very much like Indian influenced seasonings. Cumin, turmeric.
Honey, the way I be going to the Indian market too to get all my seasonings, and I'm still like, and my mom will use the same exact seasonings. I'll be like, what you put in here? And she's like, I put this, this, and that. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't. Because I've done it in different variations so many times. Stop it. You're lying.
Listen, let me tell you something. My dad has literally like pulled me in the kitchen and asked me, Brian, do you know how to make ugali? Now, this is another staple for me that I'm just like, I love ugali with like spinach and like meat, right? Like beef stew, like without any peas and carrots and stuff. Love that. That's another like, oh, I'm home kind of meal. My dad has pulled me into that kitchen now 5 times. I have watched him make it. I have followed the process. I have written it down in my notes app so that if I ever want to make it, I can make it myself. To this day, my ugali still don't come out like his.
It never does, bro. And it never will. You just got to accept that right now.
And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? Am I getting the wrong cornmeal? Do I need to like, I feel like at this point, we just need to ship ingredients over here. Somebody needs to open.
Yeah.
You know, even at the Indian market, I'll be finding like stuff that they sell at home, but then you taste it and it's like, the recipe ain't the same.
It's not the same, but the gag is your parents will use the same exact seasonings that you're using, do it the exact same way that you're doing it, and theirs is just going to be better. It's
every time
going to be better. Yeah,
every time. And I'm really scared because like I think about like wanting to continue on, like, you know, so that like we don't lose those recipes and like wanting to pass it down to like next generation or whatever. Even though I don't want kids, but I will have nieces and nephews. But I'm like, I want to pass this down onto them. I don't want them to just be like raised American, but they claim Kenyan, but it's like they've never had Kenyan food. When they are offered Kenyan food at a household, they're like, ew, what's that? I don't want that. You know,
oogly.
like,
what is oogly?
Ugali?
That sounds so. Is it mashed potatoes? Why is it so hard?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's too heavy.
I don't
for
like
me.
the consistency. The texture is just turning me off.
Like I hated that. Like seeing that, especially in like my sister, like growing up. But like I get it. There's certain foods that for me, githeri will never be eaten. I don't care how much spices, salt, whatever you throw in there. Githeri, not for me. But hey, more power to you. But if I can make it,
the longest. Maybe we need to have my aunts because that was me up until like 2 years ago.
But it's like I don't want to lose those recipes. I want them to continue. I want them like the next generation to be able to say like, yes, I've had Kenyan food. Or, yes, I enjoy Kenyan food. This is what I love. Other than like the chapati and the mandazis and the, you know, samosas or whatever, which are actually Indian, by the way, not native to Kenya at all. Shout out to our Southeast Asians who came across the boat with the white man. But like, like I was like, I want the recipes to be passed down, but I'm just like, girl, how am I gonna pass them down if the ingredients don't match?
I know.
Like, how do you explain that flavor to like, you know, or like what something is supposed to taste like, or like, you know?
Like yeah, but I will say that like I also think it's like we're our own worst critic with it because like my sister, I want her to be a chef so bad. I'm like, drop a recipe book, something, because she be throwing down in the kitchen.
Yes.
Throwing down, you know. You've tasted it. We've texted each other the day after coming from her house to be like, should we just drive 30 minutes to go get a plate? Because we're dreaming about it.
And now that she's fucking gone, I'm like, bitch, I'm about to book a flight because I've missed her fucking food. Low-key.
No, literally. Like,
babes, if you're listening, we're coming.
We need it bad.
Thanksgiving, we're going to be at your door. Watch out.
But she's the main one that's like, we'll taste her food and be like, something's off. This isn't good. Like, I can't eat this. This like, girl, I need 17 plates of this. What is wrong with you?
You think it's that like artist mentality where it's like you're never gonna be happy with your own work?
Yeah, like low key, especially because like we also have the expectation of like what our parents did in the back of our mind too. So it's like even if it's good, it will never be good enough.
Like I think about like when I eventually do move out of my parents' place and I have to cook for myself, and I'm like, I'm craving ugali, but I don't want mine. Am I gonna have to go to my parents' house? Like, Mom, can you make me some ugali and some chapo to go? Because I don't want to.
Well, yes. I'll tell you, ugali is one thing I never cooked on my own. I just wasn't going to eat it until I was home. Like, I'm just not even trying.
Listen, because like, I don't know why. For me, it's like I think it's because it's like the ultimate, just like simple, like if you're having just like, you just need a quick meal that's going to fill you up and you're just going to be good. Just make some ugali and some, to the Americans listening, this might sound a little weird, but ugali and like buttermilk with like sugar.
Oh my God, I haven't had that in so long. I don't think I ever had it with buttermilk though. I think I just had regular 2% whole fat, whatever we got in the fridge.
Even with regular milk, it's fine. But like ugali, buttermilk with like a tablespoon of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, when I tell you home is in my mouth.
That was our go-to struggle meal, babes. Like that.
Like I remember living back in Kenya and my mom would be like, I'm not cooking. Go find something to eat. And I'd be like, there's ugali. There was always two things. There in a Kenyan household, there's always a container of ugali and maybe milk and some sort of milk.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, we finished all the vegetables or the stew. Like, well, let me go ahead and put this in here, this milk in here real quick.
And your mom ain't going shopping again until maybe Sunday or Saturday. And it's like Thursday and you got to survive Friday and Saturday. So
like, good luck to you. Babes.
That was like oh my God. When I think about it, I'd be like, oh, this is just home.
And like, you know what? Right now, I'm missing out on all of those great foods
I'm
to record this podcast. Not even because of this podcast, though. It's because I didn't want to be tasked with the cleaning up afterwards. I'm not going to lie and setting up.
Listen, you got to pull your leg. You got to pull your share. You got to do your share. If you can't cook.
I was looking at the food this morning, and I was like, maybe I should just help out. Maybe suffering through my mom yelling at me for 4 hours is worth it because I really want this food right now.
No, let's talk about that because that's another thing about like being in the kitchen and like cooking with your family, especially fucking Africans. If your mom is ever cooking chapo, you linger on the outskirts for the hopes of getting that first slice or that first rip from the first one. Oh, I don't know.
I like the one in the middle. I need her to have a good little stack first. Because the ones in the middle, they're all warm and they just get all soft.
Oh yeah, because the more you stack more on, the hotter it gets, bro.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. So soft.
And then you don't even need to do like my favorite thing. I don't even like do like the cut like into quarters chapo. I like the rip. I like rip. Oh,
I want to see the layers, babes. Yeah, the cut quarters is giving. We have to feed a mass of people.
Yes,
like
Or I don't know if I don't know if it's just me, but like the cut in half and then roll.
Oh, I haven't done that in a minute. And then do you scoop it? Do you scoop it in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That cut and roll beats the quarters every time. Every time.
For sure.
Let me tell you something.
It's just something about it that way. It's like, I don't know. It's just like a little surprise.
It's the same way that like, just like house jollof rice for the house doesn't hit the same as party jollof. Nigerians, Ghanaians, and all like West Africans would tell you party jollof or party rice hits different than like just like homemade
I feel
rice.
The same way about like palau. Like I'm not
party
trying to eat palau day to day.
Party
but baby,
palau?
Let me find it at somebody's graduation party. Yeah.
At a function?
Yeah. Give me a good scoop. Give me a good scoop.
You know what I did have to grow into loving? Cabbage. Cabbage? I was not always a fan growing up.
It was very much plain Jane kind of girl.
Yeah, she wasn't that girl. But then It was around like I was like 14, 15. My palate started to change a little bit and I got back into cabbage. She's that girl. With the right seasonings and the right like combinations, she's really good.
Combination. Yeah.
Real bad man combination.
I love me some cabbage. I just hate cutting it. I just hate like that will stop me every time from making it because just the thought of cutting it and all of how much it's spreading everywhere. Like I'm like, okay, why don't you just do it now? You'll have cabbage for like 5 weeks. You put it in the freezer. You're set.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I don't know if it's like the same here, but like I don't know. You ever had like the spinach back home, right? Or it's I don't know if it's spinach or if it's collard greens, right? You know how they like take it off the stem and then grab it and roll it up and like cut it with like their hands like this? Have you ever learned that skill?
Hell no.
I used to watch my mama do that and I'd be like, how does she not cut herself? And then how does she always move it to where it's like it cuts like these very like thin? I said, no, Le Cordon Bleu is beating her knife skills.
Okay.
And they do that shit with tomatoes too, if you've ever noticed. And they'll do it right over the pot. I'd be like, damn.
No, really I felt like such a disgrace this morning. I was making country body and my mom walked in while I was cutting them.
And and you were doing like the bear claw on the cutting board.
I was doing the cutting method that I loved that I learned in public. So my mom was just looking over my shoulder.
She's dead.
Like, don't cut yourself. And I'm like, I won't. I can't move as fast as you. Like, I was so embarrassed. Like, why is it so embarrassing to cut in front of your like mom? Like,
it's so because it's like you know what it's like. I don't know if you've ever seen the show The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
You know when like the chef is like, chef, I need hands, and you're just like panicking. Or like, oh no, better yet, it's like Hell's Kitchen trying to cook in front of Gordon Ramsay. That's what that's like. Cooking like traditional food. Like I just graduated to being put on kachumbari duty, and I'm staying there until I'm told otherwise.
Okay, she's comfortable.
Listen,
she's easy.
I've mastered like the grill, like throwing meat on fire. That's caveman shit. Any nigga can do that. Period.
That's what my brother is learning today, actually.
Good.
We're not there. I told him it's a rite of passage. You have to go there today, and you have to help your dad with that barbecue, with the grilling.
And you have to learn like how to stoke the fire, how like the spray, the water, the lemon water with cayenne and salt spray. You got to learn that. That's key.
Major key.
So listen, I graduated from that. I've officially like I can do that if I want to, or if my dad wants to, he can go ahead and hop on. But now I'm trying to get into my mom's space because a nigga needs to know how to cook some home cooked food. Because I do not want to be in my house fucking chicken Alfredo, Cajun Alfredo every goddamn night.
Not the pasta girly.
I want when I meet my nigga and he be like, you can cook. I said, baby, I throw it down.
Honey.
Let me show you some stuff you ain't never had before. You ever had Kenyan spinach? Kenyan ugali? Let me show you a little,
Yeah.
Let me show you a little
That's
something.
what they be talking about, the best African dishes, and I just don't understand why Kenya
we get left out of the conversation.
Like
we get left out.
This is gonna ruffle some feathers, but Ethiopia before Kenya is crazy to me. Honestly, any other country before, other than maybe South Africa. Africa's food is really top tier to me. But I feel like it's South Africa and Kenya, and then everybody else. And I'm like, I feel like people just think that, but everything needs to be about injera and jollof because of the accessibility, like what's out there.
But I want to say
let's get a Kenyan restaurant.
I found one. They do like Kenyan barbecue, but it's like all the way in like Alabama. It's like near the border of Alabama and Georgia. You got to drive for it.
And I need it to taste like home cooked.
No, it does. For all the reviews that I've heard, they're like, this taste like, how they have like those butcheries back home where it's like you see the butchery like with the meat hanging, and then they have like the actual like grill area, and it's like a bar. You can see like the tasca, and you can smell like yeah. They say it gives that. I said, oh, I want to go so fucking bad.
I need to go. We need to go there.
Road trip.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say like I think like pilau could go toe to toe with jollof.
I think
because they don't. To me, it's like, come on now, it's got the spices, and ours has meat in it too. What's up?
Yes.
Come on.
Even though I will say, Kenyans, we really don't eat a lot of meat. I'm like, is that why like all the men are so skinny?
And all the women are so thick.
All we eat are carbs. Like all of our stuff are carbs down. Like
Mokimo, nothing but pounded mashed potatoes with peas. Or
yeah,
if you want to get creative, do it with like beans and what's it? Banana plantain, matoke. That's the
oh yeah,
one.
no,
I
mm-mm.
could never get behind that one because I don't like sweet like mush. But mokimo with some nyama stew, every time, babe, gonna get me.
Yeah, I just like it wasn't until I started dating a Nigerian and like we started cooking together that I was like, whenever I would give him food,
Oh,
he'd be like, "Where's the meat?" And I'm like, "The meat."
oh, what do you mean?
This,
That's
and
a
then
very
I'd
good
realize
question.
it. This is like regularly. I would not have meat. Like once in a while, we get the beef stew, we get the chicken,
Look,
whatever,
goat,
But for the most part, but in his dishes, everything there was always like chicken, red meat,
fish,
shrimp,
cow,
exactly,
something.
hen,
And if you're
like.
Ghanaian, a
And I'm
little
like,
egg.
yeah, I'm like, we don't really do all that over
Baby,
here, and I wonder why that is.
we get all our proteins from beans.
Fact, honey, we love a bean, a lentil, some dengu, like that's our
Yes.
protein.
Okay, those
Yeah,
are our any bean family, we
yeah,
fuck it up every time.
mhm,
That or
mhm,
potatoes. We
yeah.
love a potato dish.
We love a
Man.
potato. I'm
Oh.
like, this is why we're thick.
Okay. Because
Like,
if you've ever seen East African babes, come on now.
yeah.
Yams. The bunda is bundering. Oh my god. Yo, I'm hungry now.
I am too. Like, I'm like, can we wrap this up? Like, now I'm low key like, is it worth driving an hour to go get me a plate real quick?
It could be. You know,
Like,
a little
I just
slide
had all
through.
that food at my house and I'm not getting none of it right now. While it's hot and fresh, like, I don't want to throw it in the microwave.
Mm,
It's not the same.
it's
I need
not.
it at least for it to have the little burner underneath the foil tray. And then you can be like, okay, yeah, it was kept fresh and hot. Thank you.
Yeah. So wait, you're planning on going back home December, right?
Yes.
What's the first thing you're looking forward to eating when you land?
Kenyan sausages. Kenyan sausages. I
What gets
can't
you?
wait. I'm already low key like trying to figure out if I can like have an empty suitcase that I can just pack.
I had a friend who found a place that sells them. I'm a hook. I'm a
No, I know a place that sells them and they're mad good. Like I love them, but they are not like
the same.
getting them from home. They are
Really?
not like getting them from home. Like they're really really good. Like don't get me wrong. Like they definitely, they're holding me over for the time being, but I just want to taste actually like
Straight
actually
off the
being
street
Kenyan
vendor
eating
or like
eating
from
Kenyan sausages. No, even just from like home, from like at like Shosho's house or something. Like I'm not that particular. It's just the food just hits different there. Everything tastes better there. Like needless to say, I like
God.
mayonnaise over there. I hated mayonnaise for the longest until I got to Kenya, and I was
You
like,
know
oh my
why?
god, what
You
the
don't know
fuck?
why? You don't
Why?
know why? Because the eggs are organic.
Okay. And then ours has like a sweetness to it over
There
there.
is a sweetness to the mayo. Theirs I think is like closer to like a sour cream almost. I
And
think,
I hate
or
sour
like they
cream over
mixed,
here.
and I think they mix it with a little sour cream, or like because the milk is like I don't know if it's pasteurized or unpasteurized. I don't know, but the combination of like things makes it a little more sour than the
I'm
one
really,
here.
my stomach is like over
God,
me right now. Like she's
should have never picked this
gurgling.
for our topic, but
I know,
no,
like,
I remember the first time after moving here that we flew back home because we moved here in '05, and our first trip back home was in 2012. Okay. And I remember the first thing, all I wanted was chips with salad and like uh the tomato sauce
mm,
and a kebab. That was it. That was my go-to like I'm home meal.
yeah.
And then if it was like, okay, but I also need to go to my aunt's house because she grows her own, I guess, collard greens you'd call it, but I don't know. I've always thought it was spinach, but she grows her own garden of like. That's another thing about like Kenya. A lot of people be growing their own stuff in their own yards. I'd be like, no wonder y'all shit so fresh. So she grows her own spinach, and I don't know if it's the soil or what, but when she like cooks it with like onions and a little bit of tomato and like a little bit of like roiko, it turns this beautiful glistening green. It's like bright, but it's still crunchy. It's not like soggy, you know how here spinach, like when you cook it, it's soggy. Hers, there's still a crunch to it. So that's why I think it might be collard greens. That and then her ugali. And I'll just be like, oh, Auntie, I miss this so much.
Can I get her address after this?
Girl, she's all the way.
I'll make a little visit on your behalf.
What side? I've never asked you this actually. Well, like, what side's your family from? Like, what town?
My dad is Muranga. My mom is Kai. What is it called? I want to say Kayole. Kai. Some of the Kai. I've asked her this like 15 times. And I never remember, but I remember Muranga every time. I just love the way it rolls off my tongue.
Muranga. No, because my aunt that I'm talking about, she's all the way in Nakuru, so I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it out there. Well, I guess she's like, I'm plotting.
I'm gonna find a way. I'm sure I got somebody over there.
I was gonna do that anyway, because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Well, girl, damn, I'm sorry to make you so hungry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It was worth, appreciating our cultures, dishes, and such. Like,
I really think that I'm gonna start like a class with my mom every day for dinner. I'm like, all right, I need you to genuinely show me like how to not fuck this up.
I tried that once.
Any luck?
There, but I mean, I followed her instructions.
At some point, I don't know. I remember I've tried it before too. Like I was like, "Can you show me how you make like chapo or whatever?" She was like, "Okay." At some point, I stopped paying attention and I just started watching. I'm like, "Is it gonna be ready soon?" She's like, "No." You know what I hate about with chapo is the fact that you have to make the dough the night before and then cook it. I'd be like, "Fuck no! I want it now. I don't want to wait."
Oh, y'all be doing it the night before?
Yeah, my mom will like make them, or what so the way she started doing it is funny because she noticed that like somehow she'd cook them literally the same day she makes them, but then at night somehow the numbers wouldn't match up with how many she made. Because somebody not naming names.
Once the mama's got to start keeping track of how much chapo she has. It's the wraps, bro.
So what she started doing is she'd start rolling the dough and everything, right? And like she'd do like the ball, like the coil ball that they do, and then put them in a Ziploc bag, freeze them, right? And then the next day she'd only take however many she's cooking. So if there's 4 of us eating, she'd make 4.
Oh, that is nasty work.
So now,
so smart.
So now, if I want to eat chapo, but she hasn't made any or there's none left, I either have to take it out, let it sit, de-thaw, roll it out myself, put it on the thing, and cook it. And I said,
mama is a mastermind.
I said, that's nasty work, Mom. That's nasty work.
She's a genius. She should have shared that with the community. Before put out a press release.
Before it used to be like she would like start early in the morning with the dough, right? Knead it, do everything right. Let the dough sit for the afternoon, and then literally at night, because she knows we're gonna have dinner, she'd make the chapos, and it'd be like a stack 25 of them hoes. That's 4 per person for 5 days, and then 1 for an extra, right? We good. But then when she would come down and be like, I want chapo for dinner. It's the 3rd day, and she's looking at us like, she got 8. This only lasts us 1 more day. What is this? I made enough for a whole week. Yeah, babe. Sorry. Mommy for listening. I'm sorry. It was me. I didn't want to name drop, but I'm pretty sure it was my sister as well. Because you know how like you'd be passing your sibling at like midnight going to get like a little midnight snack? We'd be passing each other with like at least half a chapo in the paper towel with like a cup of juice or something. Oh my god, that's another thing. Chapo and soda at a like a wedding in Kenya. That's a snack right there, bro. Take me with you. I want to go back home.
Rich when I'm in Kenya. I just felt like
you do eat like royalty. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like, and then the thing is, you don't get fat. You don't know why. You gotta walk everywhere.
Fact.
That's why I feel like Wangeshi would thrive in Kenya. She'd be like,
I feel like
fine.
I would too. Like maybe New York wasn't calling me, maybe it was Kenya. Can I do another going away celebration?
You know what? Just so you can.
Would y'all come again? I was like, okay, I'm moving again.
At this point, I'd be like, all right, girl, safe journey, mercies. Bye.
See ya. I'll see you in 4 weeks and you come visit.
Because clearly you never, but if it's Kenya, girl, you know you're not coming to visit at least for another like 2 years if you leave.
Facts.
But to move to Kenya is just for the food. You did say you were going to move so you can avoid your friend's 30th birthdays. So maybe it's the time.
Yeah, so I might as well. At least if I do it now, it seems like more like authentic and less like I'm
not anymore now that we've revealed
1,000 birthday trips.
You revealed it in the birthday. I'm
gonna cut this part out. It's fine. Just have a long black screen for this part.
Like, oh my God, what happened? Don't ask.
Well, it just cut out of nowhere.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, girl, let's wrap this up.
Yes.
Thank y'all for listening. It's been real. Thank y'all for cutting up. Me and Wangeshi about to go manga some food, bruh, because starving.
Kiambu. I think that's where she's from. I think it's Kiambu.
Yo, ADHD ass brain. I'm trying to do this outro. Thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, do all the good stuff. Follow us on our social medias at Untitled Africans Pod on TikTok and Instagram, and on our personals at Wangeshi TV and Modoi Kamotho. If you need to spell it, it's in the description box. Also, we're found wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now officially on Revolt TV. Yes, Revolt TV, powered by creators. We love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. It's been real. Mwah.
Bye.
We out.